I just thought I'd take an overview video. There's my little E26 over there. This area is prepped for a 40 by 60. So it's probably about 90 feet wide and about 60 foot deep. Basically, done it all with that machine and that blade buddy right there. This pile of dirt, I'll walk around that in a minute. It's pretty impressive. To give you an idea, that pile of logs is about 2 logs taller than I am. That pile of dirt is about as tall as I am. But over the last couple months, maybe a month and a half, 2 months, I've taken out, you can see the embankment there. I guess the excavator sort of shows how high I've taken out to get down to where I need to be. But what I've done is I've used this device, which is on its side right now because I just took it off. Well, I had it off earlier. This is just a, what do you call that, a box blade. I have that bar on the top of it because I have a magnet level that I stick on there and it beeps and tells me when I'm hitting grade. When I really need to be aggressive, I leave them teeth in. When I'm ready to skim it out, I take the teeth off. This is my grade point that I set up first. That's what everything's supposed to get to. But yeah, here's this giant clearing. And you can tell the little blade thing or the box blade does a nice job of pulling it. And what I've been doing is pulling everything forward into a little snake here. And then I take the blade buddy and I put it on and I'll back up with the rock bucket, which is on it now. And I'll scoop through my pile of dirt and pull out most of the rocks. And then I've been running my rocks up on the top of the hill to be used at a later date. Oh my gosh, the amount of rocks here. And these rocks are giant. I mean, that rock right there, how could I show how big this is? Hold on, let me climb up this hill. You know, these aren't small rocks by any means. Some of them are, obviously, but so that's how I've been separating the bigger rocks out of my dirt. And then after I get my bigger rocks out, I go ahead and push the blade buddy into the side of my snake. This snake's been worked its way down. As I'm scooping my rocks out, I scoop, bring my thing over and shake the dirt out over there and then put it back in my buddy. Gets me this pile. Boy, it's funny the sun's keeping you from seeing it. But that's what my snake will look like the whole time I'm moving it down. Scoop it up with this guy. Back it around to the edge. Push it in the edge and then pick it up and dump it up on top of the pile. It works pretty good. As long as I don't, you know, move too fast when I have it super full or don't have a counterweight. A lot of times if I can pick the blade or fill this up and then grab a fistful of rocks, turn around backwards and track backwards, I can move faster. I don't bobble around so much. But this pile right here, let's see, you know, I mean, this part right here, that's as tall as probably my eye. It's a little taller than my eye. It's about forehead height. A little high spot right there, that's easily taller than me. Over there, that's all taller than me. Again, a bunch of these gigantic rocks. But this, oh, I'm falling. This pile goes all the way back to there. I didn't realize how much dirt I was producing, but I've moved all that dirt. I couldn't even imagine how much dirt that is with that little blade buddy and that little excavator. I'm about to have to come in with my dump trailer and my 3-foot bucket and start hauling somewhere else, because between that cedar tree and this blue tape tree here, I gotta have all that dirt gone. because that's going to be where I'm cutting my swell through here, and it's going to go right through where these stumps are at. But yeah, there you go, man. Look at the size of this freaking pile of dirt, man. That little itty bitty bucket did all this. I say itty bitty, it's not all that small, but it's not going to be any fun getting it all out of here, to be completely honest. But it keeps going. Mountain of dirt. Oh, climbing it. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about that little thing. It is not a loader. I could probably do it in half the time if I had a loader, but I can't afford 2 machines. That's the machine I got, and I'm working it. And let me tell you what, man, I beat this thing to death. It has flown around and flopped around and I don't even know how to describe the level of abuse. If Blade Buddy saw what I did to it, they surely wouldn't want to warranty it by any means. But I haven't seen any signs of wear other than the powder coating on the inside's getting pretty abused. But out here, man, it's just, I mean, this gets abused, but you're grabbing this, and you got to be careful because sometimes this will give you a splinter if you're not careful. But man, this thing does some work. I've beat the living crap out of this thing like you just could not believe. If I ever get a welder around, I might go ahead and weld this seam on both of these. I've had them come loose a couple times where I've just been like driving, I smash into this and it'll slide forward, so I got to loosen it and fix it. But it's not, it takes 2 seconds, and it's happened like twice, I think. Wow, this thing's awesome. Shoot a dumping video. See what this looks like. gets it done. It gets it done. Look at all that dirt I've moved. I don't even know how to measure how much dirt that is. But from there to the front of this pile is about as long as my shipping container. That's 40 feet. And it's, you know, almost as tall as me the whole way across. Wow. I'm using this thing to pull rocks out. Look at how loaded that is. Just over and over and over again. I'm beating the crap out of it, and it just never shows any sign of wear. I don't know, man. Super pleased with it. You know, if I owned a loader, I would have no need for it. I don't own a loader. That's the one I'm dancing with right there. That's all I got. If you don't own a loader, if you only have one machine and it's an excavator, and you don't call these people up and get one of these, you're doing yourself a disservice, because man, I get so much out of this. I use it to haul gravel. I use it to, hell, we moved pavers where we just loaded it up with pavers and just move them from one side of the property to the other. I've just done so much stuff with it. It is constantly being used. So I don't know, just positive affirmations to a really killer thing.